Neighbours who once turned against each other are being brought back together. These women were on opposite sides of the Rwandan genocide. Now they're working alongside each other. It's a charity initiative to provide the women with business skills and help them heal from trauma.
Action Aid came to our community, and they worked with community leaders to help women who had faced gender-based violence. They encouraged us to form groups, and they supported us to start small income generating activities to take care of ourselves and our families.
Without training, I would not have taken the initiative to apologize to the victims of the genocide. My husband killed their people. The training gave me the strength to approach them and apologize to them, and they forgave me.
Immaculée was just 20 years old when the genocide came to her front door. She remembers seeing neighbours running out of their homes and being hunted down. She, her siblings, and her mother escaped and hid. But her father stayed and ended up being one of the first people to be killed in their village. Immaculée was eventually rescued by soldiers from the Rwandan Patriotic Front. She now works alongside Amina. She was 24 when her husband came home and told her he'd been ordered to kill Tutsi people. She says she was left to fend for her 6 children alone and has suffered the shame of his actions ever since. She worried other women would want revenge.
I had never wished to face the survivors, but I am happy now that the reconciliation training has united us together as women whose husbands were imprisoned due to their involvement in the genocide, and the women survivors of the genocide against the Tutsi people.
Hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives over the course of 100 days. Many more fled, getting as far away from the violence as they could. Up to 500,000 women are estimated to have been raped during the genocide. Nowhere was safe to hide. Hutu gangs hunted down their victims in churches and schools, while neighbours turned on each other.
My father stayed at home, and he was the first person to be killed in our community. They hit him in the head and then burned him with dry banana leaves until he died. Many soldiers then started shooting at us, and whoever tried to escape and get out of the building would be caught with a panga. From that attack, I managed to get out through the dead bodies, and I realized that from our family, it was only I and my young sister who had survived, and the rest of my siblings and my mom were dead.
The scale and brutality of the killings caused shock worldwide, but no country intervened to forcefully stop it. The effects are still being felt. A mass grave was discovered in just 2018, and criminal trials for those accused of being responsible are still taking place. Hutus were rounded up and packed into overcrowded prisons in the months that followed the genocide.
After my husband's imprisonment, we lived a miserable life because of bad relationships with our neighbors, whose family members were killed by my husband. I always felt lonely. There was nobody I could ask for help. I did not have the courage to ask for help from someone who is a victim of my husband.
Rwanda is on a journey of reconciliation. The cooperative set up by the women helps with that, and it helps them earn a living, sewing bags and clothes. The women have now formed close bonds. The scars of the past no longer as fresh as they once were.
Whenever one of us is sick, we visit her, and we support any one of us who has problems. This helps us to feel that we have a family again.
If you take a blood sample of a genocide survivor and the blood sample of a woman whose husband was imprisoned due to involvement in genocide, they are both the same.
Unity and reconciliation are important because we are all Rwandans and we have the same blood. We are relatives. That is why we no longer rely on our bitter history.
A bitter history it may be, but thanks to these women, the future looks bright. Faith Or, Arise News.